Yeah, I just started. I'm extremely proud of the staff. I thought they did a great job of, having our due diligence as far as being prepared. And I say that a lot, but I mean it's the truth. And I just feel like from the staff to a team, and I just feel like we're really coming into our own. I know we really grinded some things out, and from early on, and probably knowing what the big picture that I hope would be, as far as the kind of schedule that we put together, and I put that on me. I felt like I was kind of beating myself up, and a little bit when we kind of started off, obviously a little rough there, going 0-4, and for us to have started 0-4 and to build to where we are right now, and obviously we got to be, I don't know what the other scores are, but setting at 3-1, and with a tremendous amount of work left to be done, I feel obviously pretty dang proud of where we're at right now and what we've been able to accomplish in a short period of time. I feel like our freshmen, and with such a new team, I feel like their confidence is at all-time high, and I feel like that everybody's getting better with each and every game. So with that being said, I'll answer anybody's questions now.
What happened? What did y'all do right to expand the lead, and then what I do wrong for them to get back in the game?
I thought the biggest thing that we did to expand the lead was we stayed in attack mode. I thought we stayed really aggressive, and I thought we were really efficient in the things that we were running. I thought our transition offense, early offense, was about as good as it's been, and we kind of even flow that into early offense, secondary offense with some of the reads that we've got off of our transition stuff, drag, double drag, whatever we're running. And so I thought that was really good. And the other part that I think made it so good was that, at the half, we had 14 made baskets, but we had 7 assists off that 14 made baskets, which, I'll take that 50% ratio, every single game. I think we kind of got lost, probably showed our youth a little bit. With getting a little satisfied and a little too ahead of ourselves, so to speak, when we kind of gave up the lead. And I give Southern Miss a lot of credit. I mean, especially Carrie. I mean, Carrie was outstanding. We knew that with her and Faulkner, especially, being so athletic and being able to do things that they're very have a lot of God-given ability and talent. And obviously, they displayed that tonight, and certainly carried it by burying 5 threes. And not only was it 5 threes, I thought she hit at least 4 of them, when they really needed it and were kind of going on the run, 3 or 4 of them. And so, I burned a couple timeouts there to kind of get us settled and try to get us in a calmer situation and kind of regroup, so to speak. And I think that's another part of where we really grown in the fact of, earlier in the year, I'm not sure we would have came out of that. Now we are coming out of that, and we're obviously able to put the game away and finish with some of our, I thought YT missed the one shot, the one layup, and then came back and made 2 great moves that were just huge for us. Same thing with Marche, and I thought Jessica Palmer hopefully came into her own tonight. Only played 17 minutes, but I thought the things that she did, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, which were huge. We needed every single one of them. And then the other thing I thought she did was she helped our transition game. I thought she pushed the ball and made everybody else around her better, and really was a great facilitator of the basketball tonight.
Describe what Marissa provides coming off the bench.
Just instant offense, number one. I mean, the kid can shoot it with anybody. When she's got it going, she's a handful. And nobody's probably playing with more confidence right now than her and Porsche. And I just think her size, I think her skill set is really hard to guard. And I think she's obviously, her basketball IQ is pretty dang high. I think she knows what she's got. And the thing about Riss is, you may be standing over and go, no, don't. And then, but if Riss, you're like, hey, you got the green light. I mean, bury it. And when we're basically twofold. I thought she made big shots in both segments of it. I thought, obviously she helped us get the lead and extend the lead early, and she certainly was a big part of helping us not, completely, go crazy, and helped kind of sustain what we were doing and get us back on top.
Coach, this past couple games, especially tonight, and we're going to play Marshall. They're close games, of course. Could you describe how important it is to win these close games, whereas earlier in the year, y'all kind of struggled down the stretch of games where teams eventually beat y'all? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that anytime you win any game, it's incredibly important. I think, more specifically of what you're asking is that, the close games, we're really being truly tested. And, obviously we're coming out with a different outcome than maybe what we were somewhat earlier. And so, I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's everything for us right now. And, you look back at some of the games and, whether it was the Alabama game here, you get beat 8 or 9, you're on the road against Mississippi State, you end up getting beat, I think it was 6. You go to McNeese State, you get beat, I think it was 6, 5, whatever that was. I mean, we could tabulate and get beat by 1 at Yale with the last second 3 to try to win the game. I mean, we don't get it done. And so, I mean, you could literally, probably go through half a dozen of our games early, and we didn't get beat by, more than 17, 18 points in all 6 games combined. So I think that obviously now, it's a whole lot. I can promise you this: it's a whole lot more fun to be on this side of the fence than it was on the other side of the fence. And what is really good for me to see is how much we've grown. I mean, I think you have to be a blind person not to see how much better of a basketball team we've become from then until where we are now.
And just talk about Tiana's game and just overall what she brings game in, game out.
Great question, Chris. It's Portia's basketball team. I mean, there's no question. I mean, I'll put Portia, against anybody, anytime, anywhere, any day. But Tiana's the other difference maker. I mean, as far as just across the board, in all phases, defensively, intangible things that you can't coach. I mean, she went and got a couple of rebounds again tonight that most kids that there's no way they get that ball. Loose balls. She fakes at the kid and then acts like she's going back and then makes, at least 2 steals and gets another couple of deflections and totally turns the game around. I mean, she makes it to where they never know. I mean, they don't know what's going to happen next. And I just think it's one of those deals to where, with all her intangibles, all her athleticism, everything that she brings defensively, and now she's starting to, come, into her own a little bit, with her offense and really getting confident, finishing in transition, rebound-wise, she's unbelievable. So I don't know if words can really fully explain how big of a part she is for us, because she is. I mean, she's that blue-collar workhorse, everything for us right now.
What does it mean for you as a team to finally be over 500? Y'all 3-1 conference now, 9-8 overall. With that said, did y'all specifically game plan for Faulkner and Carey, specifically during practice days, like these past couple of days? And with Faulkner, she struggled in the first half, 5 points, 5 turnovers. And was that part of the game plan, or was she was just struggling?
To go back and I think answer the first part of your question, what does it mean to be above 500 and to be obviously 3-1 conference? I mean, it means a lot. I mean, it means that we're playing our best basketball right now. At least we're starting to, and right now is obviously the time where you want to kind of catch fire and start playing your best basketball. And you got non-conference, you got conference, and you got postseason. So we're in that second phase. And right now we're playing for everything. We're playing for a regular season conference championship. We're obviously playing for seeding purposes going into the conference tournament. And, of course, we always game plan. I mean, we do scouting reports on everybody and what we do and how we're going to guard. And, I think we just made a real solid commitment on the defensive side of just, looking at numbers and looking at tape and knowing that, if they had an Achilles heel, it was shooting it, collectively as a team, certainly not Carey. you know, obviously shooting a three-pointer. And so I think we just kind of really decided, hey, look, you know, we're going to have to cut off the dribble drive action. Certainly Faulkner's as good as anybody in our league with that. So, you know, I mean, their whole guard courts. And then obviously, you know, I just felt like, you know, if we can mix it up a lot, but mostly be heavy, you know, in a matchup zone, kind of do what we're doing there, I thought it would kind of create some problems for them. And Coach Foster did an excellent job of putting the game plan together with her scout, and you know, it all came full circle. So I think it's obviously that's when you put as much as that, you know, we put into it. I mean, you obviously it's a pretty sweet taste.
One last thing, let's talk about Sunday, the matchup.
Have no idea what the other scores, like I said earlier, of who's where, whatever, and you know, I'll be anxious to find out, you know, where everybody's at right now and who won and those kind of things. But you know, obviously, UTEP's. I know they're at Rice tonight. If you know, I do know that. So if my memory serves me correct, so
They won.
So yeah, so they'll be, you know, they're here, and I mean, they're very good. I mean, we'll have our work cut out for us. I mean, you know, it's been a pretty heated rivalry, you know, for the last 3 years. You know, I guess the last couple of years it's either been us or them to win the conference, you know, one way or the other. And you know, they kind of swept it last year with winning the regular season and winning the tournament. But so you know, being an in-state, you know, it's even more so of a rival. So you know, like I said, we'll have our hands full, but you know, we'll be here obviously, and you know, we'll put our due diligence back into it, and we'll prepare for the next couple of days, and you know, hopefully we'll respond. I mean, you know, we ought to be on an all-time high right now, and I think that's going to be the biggest job for me right now is to make sure we don't start hitting our head on the ceiling and you know, feeling, you know, getting a little too much of ourselves. You know, with a young team, that's always your fear. You want to keep them confident, but you don't want them so confident that they start, you know, becoming overconfident and becoming satisfied with things. So I'll probably be a little harder on them over the next couple of days than I've been in the past, just to keep us level. But it'll be a war. I mean, there's no doubt. It always is. We'll have to be ready for it. I have no doubt that we will.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.